Can that person identify herself? Um,
Okay, you know, it's
one
7:01.
person that is still.
Eva, also, hold on one second.
Yes.
Eva, one of the applicants is with Eric. I think that's his mom. He's here.
Yeah.
Hi Eva, this is Jan.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Okay, that I have
Okay.
somebody that joined the meeting through the phone, and I don't have it identified. That's the person I'm trying.
We have two more now.
I'm Bree. My name is Bree. Hi, I'm sorry. This is Cindy Carlson.
Caller 2 is Cindy.
No.
What's the address, Cindy?
It's 1084.
Okay.
Oh,
Eva. What were you saying?
And then we have another caller that joined in.
She's telling
Jill
me,
Wagner
I
is
said, as
in.
the organizer, you can share screens, but you can't allow the screen to be recorded. Yes, because some board members like to be the presenters. That has nothing to do with recording.
Yes, it does.
I said, I'm glad I'm
Jill
recording the screen to
Wagner
prove
is
you were
on
able to
and,
record.
This is
1006
probably
feet.
fucking cock back there.
Yeah, I saw that one. But I have another. I'm trying to find out who's the people that
Are you
is
recording?
joining the meeting, but it's not typing their name when they join in.
I
Right
think
now,
I
I have
saw
one
one that
person.
says Rian. I think she's an applicant.
Yes. It's one that it says caller 3. I need to know who's that person joining
Why
my
did you
phone.
set camera up? You want me to when we record it?
It's
recording.
my name is Brienne.
No, it's not you, Brian. It's not you. We see your name up there. We have somebody on screen that says
Oh,
caller
okay.
3. So we're looking for
Okay.
a caller.
My name is Jessica McCready. I'm at 1074B.
1074B. Thank you.
Are you really recording?
Okay.
I think we're set.
Jessica, can you put your microphone on mute? Well, I'm going to do it from my end. If everybody can keep the microphones on mute, except Mary, that it's running the meeting, and then I'm going to mute each individual as soon as we need it. Okay? It's all yours, Mary.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. I'm going to start the meeting. It is now 7:03. The meeting, the agenda was posted on Saturday, well before the 48-hour notice that we need. We do have a quorum. The first item on the agenda is consideration of the unapproved minutes. Eva sent them to us. Do we have any questions on them?
I do not.
No question.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve the meeting from August?
Yeah, motion to approve.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. The
Aye.
first item on the agenda is 994A, Janice Harding.
I'm sorry.
Hi, Janice.
Mary, I'm sorry. Is that we have two sets of minutes. We have the August 17th and we have the September 1st. I just need to know if you're approving both with the same motion, Mike, or I just want to make sure that both are approved today.
Okay,
I'm motion to approve both.
Yeah, I'll maintain the second to approve both.
okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Back to Janice.
I'm sorry, Mary. We can get.
I don't have to tell you too much about it, Janice. I can see your lovely face next to your son. You must be very happy. How you? I'm good, eh? Janice, do you have any questions for us?
No, I don't.
Okay, I know you'll be getting your keys and you can get anything you need by, contacting Eva at Premier.
Okay,
Good luck. It's great having you here.
thank you.
And you're familiar with the neighborhood, so you're familiar with the parking situation, and you're back by me here. So parking is it's not super tight, but you get the one spot in front of your unit. Any additional is behind the parking garage in front of your building or at the pool. And then trash and recycling. Recycling seems to be picked up a little more frequently now, but if they're full, just if you can put recyclables in your unit, or you can throw it away in the dumpster. Just don't leave anything on the floor next to them.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome.
Welcome, Janice. Thank you.
Do I hear a motion to approve Janice Harding for Unit 994A?
I move to approve.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second, Mayor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Welcome.
Welcome, Janice. Hey, yay. The next on the agenda for approval application is 1092A. That would be Molly, and is it Alessandro?
Alejandro.
Okay, that is 1092A. Do you have any questions for us? That's building
Mary,
one, Brian.
hold on 1 second, Mary. We have 2 new callers in, caller 4 and caller 5. We need to identify. If you just joined in on the phone, if you can just identify yourself. We have 2 new callers on the line.
Brian, it's Barbie. I just came out and came back in. Was that me?
It looks like 5 might be, but we still have a caller 4.
Yeah, this is Deidre Walsh from 1036A.
Okay. Can you say that one more time?
Yes, it's Deidre Walton, 1036A.
Okay, Deidre, 1036. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, sorry about that.
No problem. Are both applicants here? What,
Yes.
1092A? Do you have any
Molly,
questions for
are
us?
you with Alejandra?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome.
Do you have any questions for the board?
No.
Board, does anybody have any questions? No? Same thing, you can call
Isn't it
up from here,
unbelievable?
get a
They
hold
don't
of me,
identify who
where
they
you
are.
can get
Like,
yourself
who's
on the
the board?
marquee.
Who's this Mary Cohen talking?
For gate cards or whatever else
Who's
you need.
Regina Regalzi
Okay.
And Brian will
Mike,
explain your
and who's
parking.
Brian? Who's all these people?
Parking's the same, regardless of where it is in
Right.
the complex.
Wouldn't you
but,
wanna know that moving
nonetheless,
in?
That
if
should be the very
you're-
first thing. Especially
which
for a
unit
Zoom
is
conference.
this again?
My name is such and such. I am
1092
My name is such
Okay,
and such. I am
so that's up by the front. So
We will now
your guest
officially
part,
start
you'll
the
have the
meeting.
one
This is
spot
this,
in front.
this
Is there a
this, this,
carport?
this.
I guess I should
Now
ask
let's
also.
officially start the conference.
Yes.
What official meeting
Okay,
have you
so
ever
you have your
seen
carport,
that they don't have
and
name
that is the
tags in front of
preferred
them?
first parking spot for your unit.
It's
And
just
then you
stupid.
also get one spot in front of your unit. Any additional parking is to be in the guest spots, and for you, those would be the as soon as you come in, there's some spots that are kind of parallel parked on the street there as you move past the set of buildings. So guest parking is there over back by the pool.
Who gives a shit?
And same thing with the recycling, picking up kind of slow. If the recycling, you can hold on to the recyclables in your unit, or you can just put them into the dumpster. But please don't leave anything by the recycling bins or the dumpster.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Anybody, no other questions? Do I hear, go ahead, Mike, I'm sorry.
No, no other questions.
Do I hear an approval for 1092A?
I'll make a motion.
Do I hear a second?
I will second that.
All in favor?
Hi,
Aye.
Welcome.
Welcome.
welcome, Ali and Alejandro.
Thank you.
Good luck with everything. We
And
did
you don't
get-
have, if you want to stay for the meeting, obviously you can. If you don't, you can certainly opt out.
We got another caller in too. The caller that just joined the line, caller 6. If you can identify yourself, please.
Hello, this is Lisa.
Okay, Lisa.
Okay. Next applicant for approval is 984B. Tom Luca, Luca Properties. You're buying it as an investment, correct, Tom?
Yes, that's correct. How's everyone doing?
Very good, very good.
Good.
And you will be renovating it. I know you mentioned the present owners were gonna be moving out. Do you know when they're moving?
So it was anticipated they were going to be moving out, actually this evening. They were supposed to be cleared out by tomorrow morning. Unfortunately, that's been pushed back until Thursday night. So I'm going to be over there Thursday morning to do a final walkthrough with the hope of closing.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed, I know I had spoken with you, you said you thought they were moving out this weekend.
Yeah, again, that was supposed to be it. They had quite a bit of stuff in the unit, so obviously it took them longer than anticipated. So again, hopefully Thursday they'll be all cleared out, but I'll be there Thursday morning to
Excellent. Okay, so you're not closing
They
until
haven't
after
been
they
here
move
for a
out,
year, have they?
or until after Thursday?
Across the street?
Yeah, we just want to make sure that everything's out and cleared before we actually sign the paperwork. So.
How are you supposed to go into property?
Excellent. Okay,
Yeah,
you do
you
have
are
any
certified
questions
property.
for us? I know you
Renting the
probably
property,
have
no.
workers there. Typically, you'll see the maintenance man
can't
may come over if he
rent.
sees trucks,
There you
you know,
go.
just to
No
identify
property,
himself.
but somebody bought any, you can buy it at any time.
You probably need dumpsters, you just go through
You just can't
Geneva
rent it out.
to let her know if you have a
So
you can
dumpster
buy it
out
at any
there,
time.
X amount of time, you know, that it's
The
there.
investor did, yes.
And she
So
would
they can't rent the
basically be your
property, period.
contact for any questions you might have.
The investor can.
Okay, perfect.
For
Yeah, I
1
think
year.
we're going to try and,
So
you know, we don't want to disturb the neighborhood, so if we
They're
can
just
just keep
moving
it
out
the
now.
truck, you know, we'll load up the truck and take the stuff out
You
that
see
way
what I'm
rather than having to park the dumpster there.
Perfect.
And I guess
see
I'll
what
get
I'm
with
saying?
Eva. The one
I do.
question I did
I
have
wanna bring that
is the front door is actually in really bad shape. It's one of those first things that we'll probably be doing is just to secure the unit. So is it just a
I
standard
knew it was 1 year or 2 years.
plain slab door that we'll need? I know I spoke emailed in regards to the paint color and stuff, but from what I can tell, they're all just plain doors. Am I right in thinking that?
Fairly simple. I mean, some people put decorative. In fact, we have one of those we're going to be approving tonight, I believe. But they're pretty standard, as long as and also as long as you paint them the same color. If you need paint, maintenance has extra there because we did just paint them in the spring, and they have extra that we can get to you.
All right, that'd be great. I'll keep an eye out for them while they're driving around. So. But yeah, other than that, I'll definitely get with Eva. Should I have any other questions moving forward? It'd be pretty straightforward, I think.
Excellent. Okay. Board, anybody else have any questions?
No.
No questions. Do I hear a motion to approve 984B,
For what?
Tom Luca,
For to own?
Luca Properties?
To own.
I'll make a motion to approve.
To buy it.
To buy.
Do I hear a
It's fine.
second?
Okay, so what's now?
You can buy it.
I'll
So
second.
he's gonna live there?
He
All
has
in
to.
favor?
I got it.
Can't wait to see it, Tom.
Perfect. Thank you very much. If anyone's in the neighborhood, stop by and say hello.
We'll do.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
bye-bye.
Okay, the next one, and Mike is actually going to do this one, is 1072B.
Yes, 1072B. So we got everything
Mary's.
cleared on that, is that correct, Ava?
Yes.
I think.
Okay, and who is the person moving in there?
That would be me, Brienne Sage.
Brianne.
Brianne, do you have any questions for us? I'm sure you've heard a lot of information.
No, I do not.
Anybody have questions for Brianne?
No?
No.
I guess, Brian, if you want to run through and give her the information we've given.
Yeah, as far as parking goes, you get one spot in front. Is there a carport?
Yes, there is.
There is a
No,
carport?
there isn't. No, there's no carport.
No carport on that one?
If it's 1072B, there's no carport.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you get you get one spot in front of your unit, on the parking right along the buildings in front of your unit. Any additional cars or guest parking, goes on the guest spots, which are along the road when you come in, at first through the gate, and then back to the pool and the clubhouse. And then for, same thing for trash, if the recycling bins are full or the dumpsters are full, then, you can, find another dumpster for trash or just hold on to the recyclables if you can. A lot of feedback.
I did have one question. Are there any pets?
No, no pets.
Okay. Thank you. I don't have any other questions. Anybody else have a question? If not, I say we just make a motion to approve. Anybody?
Okay, go ahead, Eugene.
Second?
I'll second.
And Brianna, if you have any other questions, then you can contact the management company Premier Mattress. All in favor?
Okay, thank you.
Aye.
Aye.
Uncle Brian.
Then
Thank
there's
you.
one abstain. I have to abstain, so make note of that.
Okay. Yes, I have it for the minutes, Mary.
Brianna,
Thank
if you'd
you,
like to
everyone.
stay for the meeting, you're more than welcome. If not, you can leave. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Brianna.
Good luck.
Bye-bye.
Okay. The next is the ARC applications, 1028B, new flooring. Did everybody get a copy of what Eva sent us?
I saw what she sent us, yes.
Yes. I'll just
Let me
bring it up.
see that again.
Yes, and the owner or the resident is present. If you have any questions, she's here.
I'm trying to find it again.
I have it.
Oh, she's pulling.
I'm just looking at these questions.
The other thing, I don't know on this one, I got, didn't have time to do something, but is that?
Yeah, but can you mute Mary?
What's that?
Mike, one more time, can you repeat that?
Yes, I have one question about that underlayment, because I got the offer approval a little later than and I didn't get a chance to make sure it met the standards that we have. Does, Mayor, maybe you know, does that meet up with our standards?
You need to unmute Mary.
Sorry.
Sorry about that. It should be exactly what was on, what we have for our rules. It should meet those specs or be higher.
Okay.
Did anybody else see that right now?
They're at the highest already.
Because I didn't get it to look it up.
So this is 1084A, right?
Yeah, we're doing
1084B?
No, this is 1028B.
1028B, okay.
1028B.
Okay.
1084 is for doors.
Yes.
Yeah, so outside of the underlayment, I don't have any questions on it. I just want to be sure that it was meeting up with the standards that we have.
Okay, I am looking at it, and the underlay meets it. I am looking, exactly what you have on here for the specifications, and it does meet it. You're absolutely,
Okay,
I believe it's 74 and 73, and that's basically what the underlay is. Okay. Do I hear a motion? Or anybody have any questions? Any more questions?
73 underlay.
Nope, for 1028, nope.
No?
No other questions, no.
Do I hear a motion to approve the hard
Yeah,
surface?
I will make a motion to approve.
Do I hear a second?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Very good. Thank you for getting the correct underlay.
Yes, thank you.
I think that's even right.
Okay, the next one on the is 1084B. You're replacing the back and the front door, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, there is something else in the email though about this, about the the replacement of the back doors in the back of the unit.
They're adding sliders and taking away
Yeah.
that bump out.
So that I'm gonna need to know more about that because that involves the outer wall of the building, and I'm just curious because we're having another. Can you meet Mary real quick? There's that. Sorry, Mary.
No, I'm glad I thought it was the other way around. So you're taking the sliders from inside and putting them on the outside wall?
No, so
No.
the sliders were pushed back when the opportunity to extend the living room was made years ago. So now the arc is to not just for the back and front door, but we also got a picture where they want to move those sliders back to create a new outer wall and recreate the porch. But that's I mean that involves outer wall, that involves our responsibility, that involves converting that closet in the back so it doesn't have folding doors. There's a lot there. And there's some other efforts that wanted to do work to expand it or pulling back and had to have conversation about that. So we need to have a conversation about whether or not what that implies for the rest of the community, because this is very kind of similar situation, but completely opposite than 1034, where the build back wants to come back, but it still involves the outer wall, and the outer wall is the association's responsibility. So we need to figure out how to navigate that, and if it's even something that's doable.
I agree.
I agree with you, Mary.
Yeah. Eva, what do you suggest? What would be our next move on this? How do we handle? I agree with what Brian is saying. This is a little more complicated.
The outer wall doesn't change.
Yeah.
So push the structure back.
You can, if I don't recall wrong, I think this owner hasn't moved yet. She wanted to do all the restoration before moving in. I would suggest to approve the doors and maybe ask her more information about the sliding doors. What is her planning of, with the wall that's going to be associated with something, and maybe it can be discussed the next meeting.
It's so hard to hear.
I'm here, actually.
Yeah,
I'm Tawny.
Hey, Tawny.
Hey.
So it says, I mean, it's pretty clearly written out in the ARC application that moving sliding doors back to original placement. So that's repair of the porch. Yeah.
So the under part, there's a significant bump between the living room and where it was originally done. So it wasn't really done well in the first place. So I just want to kind of put the porch back where it was originally. So I'm not sure. I wasn't aware that the outside of that would be the HOA responsibility, though. I thought that fell on me.
Well, the outer walls of the building, whether it's the glass inside of the porch, whatever the outer wall of the building is community responsibility. Everything inside the wall is owner responsibility. So that's one of the things that's one of the issues. And I'll be completely honest with you with what the other issue is. We've had other tenants that have wanted, or other members, not tenants, but other owners that have wanted to either extend or pull back their units before, and we weren't able to allow that. We weren't able to approve that to happen because of the construction and everything that goes into that. Because that whole, everything beyond those sliding glass doors would have to be. You'd in essence be building a porch. So the closet would have to be, the correct things. I don't know the correct things that would have to get done, but I know that we've had but requests to do these things before, and it wasn't something that was approved. So it's just, I'm not saying it is or isn't approved right now, but it's kind of just a lot more questions, or some more questions to be figured out. It may not be, I don't think it's something we could figure out tonight. As far as that part goes.
Is it something that I would need to get a contractor involved in a call, or because the way that it is right now is not okay. The floors are uneven. and it's not insulated. Nothing is. It wasn't done correctly to begin with. So I mean, whatever needs to be done to make that happen.
This is Mike. If I may interject real quick, here, looking at the pictures, it basically looks, they did a very simple move of taking the glass doors and putting them out to the back end of the porch without touching the structure of the outside wall, basically. So
yeah,
what you said about possibly getting a contractor and just giving you a plan of action that we can see. And I don't think it's going to be too difficult by looking at it, because even on the inside, it does not look like they did too much work. It's just a matter of moving it back, extending the carpet out over whatever floor was there. They probably did that. It doesn't look too complicated.
Yeah, it's basically the sliding glass doors that were there, or just pushed out to the railing. The railing is still there.
Yeah, we've seen that many times, and actually what you want to do is bringing it back to actually more in code and more, I mean, this way some people have done it, like you said, and it really can present a hazard. And if you, I know what you want to take that carpet out and just have a regular porch and bring your sliders. So like Mike said, I don't think that shouldn't be that complicated. But I think we should at least go ahead and approve the front door if we're, if you're, I know you've been waiting. We approved your application. You wanted your front door there.
Well, the front and back door both have pretty significant damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, the standard front and back doors, we can approve that, and then we should probably wait on the sliders. Is that right?
Okay.
Everybody on the board agree?
Yes. Yes.
I agree.
One.
So,
Carpet off the back porch. I think you said plywood too, or no?
Because there's 18 still.
Or maybe that's a different one.
There does appear to be under. They built it up.
Yeah, you gotta make sure that it's a waterproof membrane on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can approve the doors, the front and back door, and then we'll have to see another arc or another plan of action for the sliders.
Okay.
It's also, and it's nothing personal. It's really in the interest of, it's in the interest of other questions we've had for the same kind of work, and we just need to make sure that everything is. I can't hear myself. We just need to make sure that everything is done.
I know, I tried.
Uniformly amongst all of us.
I did have a quick question on the doors, though. I didn't see Eva in the email. Do we have a picture of the doors? I see the damage but in the article for the new doors.
No,
do you have that?
Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
No, she didn't send pictures of the actual board that the actual door that she's gonna replace with.
Not even that.
So I feel like I have a little bit of confusion about that. Am I supposed to buy the doors ahead of time and take pictures of them and send them for approval? And
Not
then
necessarily, but if you can have, not necessarily, but if you can have an idea of what door it's gonna be, or if you know, now you can give an idea to the board so they know what type of doors are you planning if it's not exactly the same one, the same style that there's right now.
So for the front door, it'll just be the same exact front door. For the back door, I was looking at doing a enclosed blind glass door. I had seen on another unit that I was actually looking at to put an offer on, and it just let a lot of more light in. So I was wanting to put a glass door back there too. Which I think is what's listed on the art.
You want to put a door on the back with
the glass
pane. Yeah, I got you.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, and you're on the end unit too, on that building. And I have
Yes.
seen that door in other units. I've seen very similar same thing.
I have two.
So,
Do I need a motion?
well, do we need a picture of the door? Because I look at the doors, but I'd like to see them once at the same time with a picture, maybe. We need that.
I just feel like we consistently had photos to refer to, and the only thing that I wouldn't want to do is start a standard for making an improvement without some of the other details.
Yes, Brian disagreed to see the photos before
Yeah,
she bought.
just a photo, but.
Just for reference, for record. Yes.
Just the photos,
I'm in agreement, Brian.
and I don't have a problem approving it, being the photo.
Okay. I mean, I can find those and send them
So
to.
like I said, I'll approve it, and yet, but don't put it until we see the photo.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll make that stipulation, that's all.
That way we're not holding you up either.
Perfect. That sounds good. My closing got moved back, so I'm actually not even closing until October 8th now. So I have time to get photos.
Yeah, but it's gonna be before the next board meeting, so it's good if they can approve it today with that contingency that you're gonna send the pictures and before you do any work. So I need somebody to do the motion exactly that way, Mike or.
Yeah. All right, so hopefully I get this right. I would like to make a motion that we approve the replacement of the front and back door with the stipulation that we receive the photos of the doors to be put in prior to the installation.
I'll second it.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Eva, your management report?
Hold on, let me finish. Yeah, I sent the management report by email prior to the meeting. The only news that I have is that the work orders we got on Friday. We got all the updates with Diego, so Michelle was working today and is going to be working this week to update all the portal with all the work orders and have an updated one. So now the board can go in at the portal and whatever work orders status is, it's the actual status. We were having a lot of work orders behind with no follow up, but finally I got Diego to follow a process. So he sent the updates and Michelle updated the portal. Besides that, if you have any questions, you can let me know.
For your work.
I appreciate that. That was great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Anybody else have any questions?
Nope.
Thank you, Eva.
You're welcome.
Next on the agenda, Regina, treasurer's report.
Yes. I'm getting more familiar with the role. I'm resuming it. The only thing that I wanted to comment on was that just paying your dues on time, it's essential for all the repairs that we have to do for the community. Otherwise, we're
Just take out a loan, another $1 million bucks.
despite the insurance and the legal fees. They're just a little high. That's it.
Any questions on the treasurer's report?
I don't have questions. I just, I know it's still a new position, but I hope to maybe find out some more substance about the finances, at least as much as we can, as much as we can get out of it, because we have a pretty delicate financial situation here. So just some more meat and bones.
Yeah, but we should be looking. Yeah, but we should be looking at that as well and have the questions before the meeting. If we have any questions, then we could ask them too.
Right.
Okay, do I hear a motion to approve the treasurer report?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Do I hear a second?
One has the information. How can you approve
Anyone
something
want a
when no
second?
one- no one knows anything about it? That's the most important fucking, sorry.
I'll second it.
Thank you, partner.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Regina. Okay. Our termite contract, or truly no one. I am
Yeah,
assuming
I
that
don't
we
see.
have a
I don't see
representative
him
here.
joining the meeting.
No, we don't have a
No, I
representative.
don't think.
Oh,
Of course not.
No, he did not show
No
up.
way.
I follow up with him today. And he said that he was gonna make it, and I sent him the agenda and joining. And I sent him an email today to remind him that the meeting was tonight.
No.
we have a lot of questions.
Buck.
I know. I don't know if Regina, did you have the chance to get anything from the company that went to your unit?
They came test, and I'm still waiting on a quote from them. He said using his numbers, so I'm still waiting on that. I did follow up with him on Friday because I hadn't heard that.
My problem with truly no one is.
I don't know if it's a time for them that they're so busy, but this type of vendor, it's been so hard to follow up with them and them to respond. I don't know. Besides, I don't have issues with landscapers. I don't have issues with other type of vendors, but with termites, I don't know what's. Maybe this is a really heavy,
Doesn't matter if it-
easy time for them. I don't know what to say.
I mean, even after the last meeting, they were told they were supposed to contact Regina and Eric at 1070, two people that are, home. And the next thing we knew, they were ready to do buildings. So I'd like them really to explain exactly what they're doing. We have too many people I know in my building concerned, concerned on what they're putting down.
Yeah.
That I've got everybody's question, and I know Jessica is in my building. She's joined the meeting as well. Other people are working, but gave me their questions, and it's disappointing that they're not here because now they're holding it off.
so it's might be behind it.
Or we can, I don't know, if we just keep trying another company. I know they were good. Truly, Nolan has been good in so many other areas.
Yeah. I'm checking my emails right now while I'm on the meeting, and I don't see anything that he responded to me. So I don't know. I don't have an answer on why he didn't join today, because he was really responsive at the beginning when he was looking at the space and everything. So I don't know.
Okay, we'll have to wait. Maybe check some more vendors. I'll see what he says when you call him back.
Okay. I'm gonna try two others. They're here from Volusia area, but let's see if they're willing to go to Orlando.
Well, he's
That
saying
we got estimates for
just say
another
your position.
condo that I manage here. So
Just say
I'm gonna
your position.
try this other two. I don't think it's one that Michelle has contacted. So
Regina, are you still having a massive problem, Regina?
Say that again, Mary.
Are you still having a large problem at your house?
I am having activity, yes. The Florida Pest Control noted that he was eager to bid on the project. I think maybe he just got inundated because we have been in contact, but I just haven't received the quote yet. So I'll follow up again with him tomorrow and see where he's at. I did ask him to quote not only for the building, but for the property as well as a potential price for a new contract once NASA's contract's up.
Treasurer. Secretary.
I know we don't usually have,
President.
residents participate, but 1070B, I know he's here. Eric, if we can get maybe Eric, because Eric had a lot of problems too. I'd like to hear that he's going through right now.
Yeah, I'm here. No real new issues with the termites. I know we talked earlier this morning, Mary.
Yeah.
Most of the issues have gone away.
Not
I don't know
applicable.
if it's season
I'm a board
or
member.
just really good luck putting it into, the universe, because we were talking about this for like 4 meetings.
Who's the board member?
But
So
we
name,
really haven't
name
had
the board
any
members.
lately.
Who's all the board members? Just say name each board member.
At least that's a good thing. At least that's a good thing.
Okay,
for the
then.
moment.
Okay, fine. I got you. But name each board member.
Excuse me, though, this is Jill Wagner in 10,006B, and I'm kind of just interrupting here. But I sent Eva those emails and pictures. Did you receive those on the termites that are here?
Yes, I have them, Jill. I know that there's at least 3 or 4 residents that I keep getting emails that I know that they're still active issues with termites. So we just need to find a vendor. And it's not an issue of knowing who needs it, because I have a list on my email of everybody that is emailing me about termites. It's the fact of getting a vendor who follow up. Some of them, they don't reply. The ones that we got estimate, then all of a sudden they stop replying and following up. So it's,
okay.
I don't have an answer for you guys tonight on this.
All right.
This is very confusing.
I keep trying, and now Regina is helping me too with a company that went to her unit to give treatment, and we're gonna try to see if they're interested on taking the association also as a contract. So we're working on that, Jill.
Okay, I appreciate it. They're just eating me alive over here, so thank you.
So Massey wasn't at your house, Jill. I saw Massey driving up to the back today. I don't know who's doing it. No, not yours.
No, it was not me, unfortunately.
Okay.
But keep calling them, because even though more or less, keep calling them, Massey, and if they come and keep making treatment, at least maybe that can hold a little bit of getting worse. I know maybe it's not the right treatment to get the whole unit under control, but if you still have activity of termites, keep calling Massey and ask them to keep coming. And at some point, try to see if you can make them to treat those spots. Is that when they come, if they don't see any areas where they think that there's activity, then they don't treat it.
Yeah, all right. Well, I've shown it to them before, but I will call them again because I wasn't sure if we were still with them or not.
Yeah, so far we are.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jill, one question on yours, because I know you're on the second floor. Any of your areas up high where you're seeing them?
That's clear.
Mary, say that again. I could not hear that. Any issue? What was that?
You're on the second floor. Any issues that you're seeing high up? You know, near your windows?
I've seen wings and body parts and things around my lanai, on the outside lanai, towards the back. But the main issue is in my bedroom, on one of my antique dressers, that they're just eating that alive. So they've taken residence in there, and I'm afraid that they're going to somehow get into the wall structure if they, want to migrate a little bit.
Okay, but Eva said keep calling them.
Yeah, I will. Every time they come out, they just take notes, and that's about it. And I said, well, don't you have anything on your truck to treat this? Oh no, we didn't bring that truck today. We're just out doing a survey, or taking a look at things.
Yeah.
So.
If that happened again, Jill, try to see who's the technician.
Oh, please. This is like 5 times here.
Yeah. All right. It was actually it was Buddy the first time, and then I asked for the manager.
Same scenario.
I'm sorry. I think we were talking over each other. It was Buddy the first time, and then the second time I called Tony, the manager, and
yes.
Yeah, because and the same thing. He just kind of like blew it off.
You should say
Okay. Okay, I will contact them tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay. Next on the agenda is the tree trimming. We have two bids, Enviro Tree and Prince of Trees. Anybody have any question on those two? Any thoughts?
Yeah, I've got a couple of thoughts on that. Between the two bids, I think that the Prince of Trees was very more specific in what they're going to do for us, and I like that. Plus, they've been doing our stuff for a long time. And the way the bids are set up, like I said, very specific, and the other one was not. It was more in general. So I prefer Prince of Adam on this, but I also like the work that Enviro did for us in here, and would not hesitate to use them for other things also.
I agree.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I know anytime we've had Prince of Trees, he's always been right on, and he's also, I believe, an arborist.
And just so you know, even in the in part of the letter that, or the explanation that Enviro gave us, they did state that a lot of our stuff was in very good shape the way we take care of it, and that is reflected on Prince of Trees also. But as I say, I like Enviro, and I think we can use them for things also.
Any more thoughts?
Not here.
If we're leaning towards Prince of Trees,
Yes.
I hear a motion.
Yes.
To
I would like to
approve
make
Prince of Trees.
go ahead and use Prince of Trees.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye. I have to, we still have a quorum, right? With board members, we have 4?
Yes.
Correct, okay.
Yes.
I need
Yes.
to step off.
Brian, thank you so much.
No problem, thank you, everybody. Have a
Thank
good
you.
night. Talk to you soon.
Have a good night.
Thank you, Brian.
If you want to say
Okay.
Okay, next on the agenda, the slab behind 996B. Actually, it's between two units, if I remember correctly. Isn't that the back stairs between two units?
No one else is doing it.
Yes.
Brian did it
This is my
right.
thoughts
Yeah,
on this
right.
one. I'm the one who
Is
actually
that
have
where I
that
see
on the
that?
agenda. Because
Everybody?
they went through an ordeal with that slab, and took even some pavers down, which in the end, I was the one who put the pavers down. I know there's confusion about Diego putting them down, but I can guarantee you, I had laid the pavers down to make that ground safe and more secure, especially for walking over it. So what I'm trying to do for that particular building between 996 and 998 is the pavers that are down there now are not the same, and they're also unlevel. And I would like to get the pavers for those two units, and it's going to cost us between $35 and maybe $50 at the most to buy the pavers, and the unit owner will have them installed. And I think that's very fair. And I'd like the
But, well, I mean, are we getting different pavers? I'm confused on the pavers. I know we shouldn't be putting the
no,
slab.
whatever pavers we get are going to be simple and plain. Then the unit owner will take care of the rest. We just need the pavers to go in front of the stairs, a couple of rows out, so they're all even and the same. The owner will then, whatever else is to be done there, will do herself. So, as I said, all we're asking for the pavers, we need about 12 to 15 maximum, and they're not going to be more than $3 each. So I don't think we can spend more than $35.
Can we put in the cost factor, Mike?
What do you mean?
Keith,
In other words, if we put something in to, say, not to exceed, I take it that you've already.
I
priced
think
the
you
house.
can put a new not to exceed $50.
Keith, I think you didn't hear this.
It's a educated guess on my part.
I don't have a problem with this. This is a slab that we had to hammer jack or whatever you call it up because
Keith,
there was a huge pipe leak underneath, and they advised us after they fixed it, which took about 10 hours, not to put another slab on there. So that's why there's pavers there versus the typical slab. The pipes being what they are, they could break again. And we're gonna, it took them quite a long time to get that slab up. It actually took a lot of flooding before we even knew there was a leak because of the slab. Do I hear a motion to
so they're
go ahead and put the pavers there, not to exceed the $50, and the owner will install?
Yes,
Yeah, they're proving the dollar value.
Do we need to have an ARC approval at all
It's common property. Put your stuff up.
for the pavers?
It's not an alteration. It's just
No.
that's part of the because that's part of the association responsibility. That's not a homeowner's responsibility. It's what Mary said. It was supposed to be replaced by the association by a concrete slab, but the plumber recommended not to do it because of the water pipe that is running under. So if something happened in the future again, another leak, you don't have to break that concrete slab. It's just removing the pavers and fix the leak. So it would not be a homeowner's application.
right. So repair.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll make a motion.
Do I have, Gina, was that you?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yes.
Could you specify the actual motion that you're making, as we talked about?
The motion to,
The motion is to replace the existing pavers behind 998 and 996, that stairwell, with pavers not to exceed in the amount of $50 and to be installed by.
Okay. Do I hear a second? I'll second. All in favor?
Brenda seconded?
I seconded, I thought.
Okay. Brenda said it at the same time. It's fine.
Yes. Okay. The next on the agenda, and I think we're gonna have to table it, but Regina, you can explain a little bit more, the asphalt bids.
yes, so Mike and I with
How they can
bidders, they walked the property with us. And the recommendation after we looked over. Hello? Okay. The recommendation was we would have to have a survey done by a civil engineer due to the curbing that would have to be replaced prior to having the asphalt done, which would then require a city permit as well. So it's a little bit more involved than just repaving the asphalt. So we are, under that recommendation, pursuing some civil engineers to come out and review what they're recommending to be completed, and give us a site plan as well to work on, so that after we have the site plan and a more clear direction of what has to be fixed, we can then go to the asphalt bidders and do apples to apples to get a proposal.
Excellent. Thank you, Regina.
You're welcome.
Anybody have any questions? We're gonna just table this. We don't need a motion, right, to table it?
No.
Eva?
No, you don't have enough information to make the. No, you don't have enough information make a decision now, so it's stable until you can get the survey from the engineer.
Okay. Okay, next on the agenda are the gutters/awnings. Eva, I'm gonna let you speak a little bit, because I know you've been working in conjunction with Diego about the gutters.
Yes. I've been working with Diego. I know that the board has been trying to put the aluminum awnings under the gutters that are overflowing, so that water goes, it's redirect away from the wall, from the building, so there's no water intrusion. I asked Diego to go around the whole community and see which gutters are really needing that, or it's a matter of repairing the gutters, because the last time that the gutter company came in, their first recommendation was to replace the gutters instead of repairing it. So I asked Diego, and Diego went all around the community, and he made a list of all the gutters. The main issue on the gutters that can be repaired is that they're not level. So in the middle, instead of the water going to both sides and going down to the downspouts, it's getting into the middle because it's not level. It's kind of like lower, that level is lower, and it's making the water to overflow from the gutters. So if the water company puts like a clamp or something, I'm not savvy on that, but kind of like a clamp and level those gutter, that's going to make the water to flow as it goes on both sides and go through the downspouts and not overflow. That's most of them. There's some others that, yes, they're broken and they need to be repaired. I was getting that estimate first for the board, and then after all the gutters are repaired or replaced and they're working correctly, then you can review again and see which ones they need awnings, because also the issue that you're having is that the size of the gutters with the heavy rains that we have, sometimes they're not enough. So it doesn't matter that they're brand new gutters. If there's too much water, it's going to still overflow. So those are the ones that maybe we can tackle with awnings. And I got an estimate from the gutter company today, and I think, let me pull it, but I think it was like $5,000 to repair all the ones that are on the list. I'm trying to look at my. If any board member, while I'm looking, if any board member has any questions, you can let me know. I'm trying to look for the estimate that I got from Russell.
Did you send it today, Eva, I think?
Yes. Is that I got that list from Diego on Friday. I think it was Thursday or Friday, and sent it to Russell, and then he got me that estimate today. So it was kind of like last minute. He went did an inspection and checked all the gutters that Diego put on the list, and he sent me the estimate today.
I got the subject matter. You sent it to us today around 3 o'clock, and the subject matter, Regina, if you need to look, comes under gutters.
Yes, I did find it.
You find it?
Yes, there was only one attachment, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it was only that.
Okay.
So that's a list of all the gutters that they need to be repaired. Things that Diego cannot fix, because there are some things, some minor things that are not high, that maybe you can tackle. But the main thing that is making the water to overflow and causing water.
Yeah, I know the other issue too with having the awnings, the units that have the bump outs. Now you have possibly 2 bump outs. The water is coming down and going straight into, say, the downstairs unit. It will go into their windows over a period of time. So the awnings end up helping with that as well.
Yes, there's one unit that the homeowner contacted me, and I'm going to see if I can get an estimate for that unit before I present it to the board. The water is coming, she's having leaks on her unit itself, and the water is coming from the porch, from the unit above, that it's putting on their porch, and then the water is it's coming through the side and getting into her unit. So having an awning on that area, the water would slide with the awning, and it's not gonna get into the unit.
Eva, that's not also 1058A. That was an area where the tree came down, and there was an awning that was built by a contractor that basically wasn't approved. Half of it came down with that limb that fell down during one of the storms, and the homeowner did, take half of it down. She still has half up, which she plans on taking down, but we need to look at that one for an awning, because that roof that came out was also interfering with the units next door when it rains hard, splashing up and getting into their balcony. So I think we need to look at 1058A as well, when we look at the awnings, and clear out the one that's there, because it's much too big and it's causing much.
I'm waiting for her to finish, so, yes. Yes, on that one, I'm waiting for her to remove everything and then repair the boarding on the building before putting any awning on it.
Okay.
And I sent also the email about I know we talk about making the gutters out of reserves, and I reply also, I put that on the email that they cannot be taken from reserve unless it's a replacement, but only repairs, it cannot be taken from reserves. So that's something that if you're planning to do it the next year, those major repairs be added on the budget next year.
If we're taking it from the reserves, would it, is it something like, we're not doing all of them right now, but if we did a whole building, and we do over the course of the year, we're doing various buildings, can it be taken out of the reserves then?
If you're replacing the gutters, yes, because the gutters is included on your reserve schedule, and it's projected to be done on 2025.
25.
But sometimes it happens that you have to do ahead of time, because the life expectancy, it was not as it was projected by the reserve study company. So yes, you will be able. Let's say you want to take building 1 and replace all the gutters on building 1, then you can take that from reserve, and then take building 2 and replace all the gutters on building 2 and then take it from reserve. Yes, you can do that.
Okay, thank you. But it would have to be the whole building, correct, for the reserves? Like, we couldn't do half the building one.
Yes, because the thing is that you want to keep the life expectancy kind of like together. If you do 3 units and you leave the other 4 or 3, just to say a number, then you're not keeping the life expectancy not building like even. You know what? And then it will be hard to track which ones need to be done again in what year. You would need to be more specific on units instead of buildings, and it's kind of like complicated. You have 141 units, and you don't want to get the reserve detail like units.
No, that makes sense. That makes complete sense. Okay. Then maybe.
I have one question. We would have to make a determination on which buildings to go to, because some have more problems.
What?
Yes.
One example, and not just because of my building, but we already know we have damage under my portion to the unit below, and the problem is actually getting worse with the water overflowing. So in a situation like that, no matter what building it is, we would need to address that before we just say. That will be, I think we have to make a determining factor which buildings in that sense. And I think we would have work orders to show that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we can pull the work orders that are related to gutters only. From leaks from gutters, and then see which are what building are having more work orders from.
Yes, exactly. That's a great way to do it. Be able to reserves. Thank you for that information.
Yeah, and then what I can do is like from the estimate that I got from, depending on when you're planning to start doing this, yeah, and also depending on the building that you're gonna do, we can, in the meantime, just repair the ones that you're not gonna be replacing, and just tackle those, and make like the other buildings to hold a little bit more until you're gonna go ahead and replace them.
So we'll have to take a look at this estimate, Eva, and make sure there's nothing on there.
Well, first I'm gonna ask Michelle this week to make a list of all the work orders that are related with gutters, and then see what units are, so we can have a list, and then we can compare it with the list that Diego gave me. And if there's some that he's recommending to be repaired or replaced, we're gonna take it out of that list. And then you can do that building, replace all the gutters on that building, and repair the rest of the gutters around the community that they're not included on that building. So we would need to modify that estimate from the gutters.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, thank you. Okay, anybody else, any other questions? No? Next on the agenda is French Drain, and I believe it's 1036A. And I believe she may have called in, if I remember correctly.
Yes, Deidre's on there.
Yeah, Deidre. Deidre, I'm gonna mute yourself if you wanna talk to the board.
Okay, thank you. Well, can you hear me?
You're unmuted. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
We can.
Yeah, I had a really heavy rain, and it always floods in the back there. And I'm not sure if it's now that you talked about the gutters, that makes sense to me because I have the water always overflows, and it's like a waterfall coming down. But it does flood back there. I sent some pictures, and I don't know if you shared those with the board members. I know I sent them to Regina. But also the French drain seems to have retained water in it on the downspout, so I didn't know, I really don't know much about French drains, but I didn't know if that was supposed to be that way, or if they need to be flushed out every once in a while.
No, you're right. In fact, Deidre, I want to say at least 2 months ago, that was one of the things Diego was trying to do. I don't know what he was using to flush it out. I want to say that you might have like a snake type of thing for a toilet, but I remember another one being there.
I did hear it out there doing it, and unfortunately I'm still working on the phone. I was on a business call and I couldn't go up there. But I know he did attempt to snake it, but it doesn't seem to have worked. So I don't know if there's
and that's what I was
there's two
going to
different
say.
problems there. I don't know if there's two different problems, if it's like the gutter problem overflowing from really, really heavy rain, because it does flood back there. I've never had any water intrusion into my place, but I don't know if you're familiar with the slab they put out for the new back stairwell up to 1036B. If you've seen that, it's a pretty big slab, but the water was almost over the top of that slab. So it's a good couple of inches.
I was told when they put another drain in behind one of the other buildings, the contractor that put it in, Eva, and I don't know, maybe you can help us with this, said they would have to be blown out, more almost like a pressure washing. I don't even know if that's the right term, but there, besides not the tool that Diego was using, something much more powerful, especially behind where she is. It's loaded with leaks. Well, every place is, but
yeah, it's very low. Yeah, and also anytime it rains, it starts to puddle right around the air conditioning unit. And I don't know if that's a separate issue because of, it looks like the grading for the ground is higher towards the fence and it gets lower towards the building. So it slopes, kind of down. So the water kind of gathers right there in that channel that you walk through.
Yeah, excuse me 1 second. I looked at that problem too. I don't know whatever it has is not going to cut it because it's a very large pipe and there's an extensive amount of feet that you have to go through to clear it out. So what you were saying that we need somebody to come out and blow that out with something else because a snake is not going to work in that situation. And if it's backing up that badly, yeah, there's a problem and we need more than whatever tools he has. I use that from the get.
Yeah, because it seems like the ground is already saturated, and any little bit of rain just kind of puddles on the top of the ground. Is how I interpret what I'm seeing.
Over towards the middle, Deidre, Mike, you might even remember, between the building, there's a box, isn't there, where you can, I know there's a lot of shrubbery around it. Does it look like if there's water ever coming up in that? Doesn't this connect into that?
I'm not sure which box you're talking about.
You talking about the OUC box, Mary? Next to Karen place? Between the building?
It looks like a drain box, a black, if I remember, in the ground. I remember one time you couldn't even see it, Regina. There was so much shrubbery around it.
Oh, the drain?
Correct, yes.
Yeah, there's a
Just because,
Yes.
oh, of course not. You know,
Unfortunately, I
there's something
cannot
going on.
see it from my
There's something
unit.
going on.
I don't have a clear line of sight to that. I'd have to go out either in the rain or soon afterwards. And after that storm, when it really had flooded, I was going to go out there, but there was a lot of lightning, and I just didn't venture out. But I can tell you, when it does flood back there, after it stops raining, it does drain pretty quickly. So.
monitoring it, and it is full of water. It does drain some, but the water level is high from what I can see.
I don't know what kind of company.
We need a drainage company to come in and clean the drainage in the community and make sure that there's nothing clogged or sometimes with all the debris, the landscaping debris, the people throwing trash, the wind going trash from one place to another. If all that goes to the drainage, it gets clogged, and you don't see it because it's inside the drainage pipes. So
We have two other here.
what I would recommend is to contact somebody to take a look and clean the drainage.
Yeah, there's two other major drains we put in. One's behind building 6 and the other one is behind building 2. And we had those done, maybe 5 years ago, 4 years ago. And that's when the contractor was saying that they do have to periodically be blown out, not with the snake, but something powerful. It has to be something powerful. And then I think there's another one over behind your building, Mike. I don't think there's a problem with that one. But the new one that was done, yeah, the new one for building 2 and the new one for building 6, those basically should be blown out periodically. And then we put on this one too.
Yeah, depending on the debris that you have, it's recommended to be done like at least every 2 years, and you have a lot of trees. So I know that your landscaper, break all the leaves and take as much as debris as they can, but when you have a really heavy wind and rain, all that drains through your drainage. So I would contact the company and take a look and provide an estimate.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you'll find a company, Eva?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Deidre, do you have any other questions?
I don't think so. Hopefully that will take care of the issue. So.
Okay. Anybody else? Board members, anybody have a question? No? Okay. The next item on the agenda is postponing the budget meeting.
What?
Eva, I'm gonna let you.
I had the budget meeting, I had it scheduled to be, at least Premier likes to have all the budget meetings no later than October. So we have time during November to send all the coupons out and do everything that we need to do. And also, when it's at the end of the year, the companies that they're sending coupons out, they're really, really booked. So we want to make sure that everybody get their coupons on time in December to make any arrangement that they need to do for the new dues for 2021. But with Regina's been working on with the budget committee, and we're still gonna have the budget draft. With the change of the treasurer from Ruth to Regina, I have to say that that kind of like put us a little bit on delay for Regina getting able to understand the financials, and we still haven't had the chance to meet with Amy, which hopefully is gonna be tomorrow, and discuss anything that you need to be able to work with the draft. So I was recommending the board to postpone it to November. Your meeting in November is, because I need to send the notices out. The meeting in November is November 16th. So then the budget meeting would be moved to November 16th, and then I have October to send the notices out on time.
October.
Meeting will, I'm sorry, the meeting will be November 16th for the budget?
Yes, the budget meeting will be November 16th. The meeting that the board would adopt the budget. That's not when the budget committee would meet to discuss the draft. It's just for, this meeting that I'm talking about, November, it's for the budget being adopted, like the final budget meeting where the board said, this is how it's gonna be.
Very good, thank you.
Eva, do we need to vote on this?
I would like to have a motion to move the budget, to put the budget meeting in November meeting, which is November 16th, and then prior to that, the budget committee can meet and clean the draft and make sure that everything is with what you have proposed to do for next week. It can be sent with the draft. The draft is going to be sent with the notices out.
Okay. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion for, the budget meeting to be postponed to November 16th.
Do I hear a second?
Yes, I will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next on the agenda. You still with us, Lisa? Wind Down Wednesday.
So Wednesday.
I think she dropped off. I don't see her.
Did she?
It was here.
Yeah, I don't
She was.
Yeah, I don't see her either. She sent an email asking to see if the board is okay with her. I'm not familiar with this, so I'm just gonna try to give you as much as I can. But I understand that you used to have on Wednesdays kind of like a gathering in the community and it was on Wednesdays where the residents come and join together and socialize. And I guess it was postponed with all this, it was put on hold with all this pandemic, and she's asking the board if she's allowed to start doing it again on Wednesdays. I don't know if it's every Wednesday, I don't know if it's the first Wednesday of the month, that you would know better than me.
I think it was the third Wednesday of each month.
Third Wednesday, and it's at the pool. The only thing, if it did go forward, remember our tables and our trios are still put away until further notice, but anybody have any thoughts?
My preference was just as long as, if everybody's following the rules for the pool, then it should be the same thing for the wind down Wednesday. Personally, bring your own chairs. Everyone usually chipped in with bringing in their own food or beverage. She was having it out on the patio of the lounging area where the pool is. So it'd be outside.
The downside, again, is still the cleaning. Trying to keep up with any cleaning I've witnessed a few people like gathering, and I hate to say it, but after a couple of drinks, the social distancing is not there. And that's just, I mean, it's not anything bad, it's just, unfortunately, that's what happens. And I go back to, we've got one maintenance man, and to try to keep up, I don't know how the cleaning would be. You know, the bathrooms, how would any of that be?
Outside of the bathroom, all the cleaning would be done because we're bringing our own chairs and we usually bring our own table. So that would work out well. Now, if we have supplies, I can make sure it gets cleaned.
We could also, an option, we could have a designated trash bin where the trash is then taken to the dumpster and not disposed of in the trash pools at the pool. If you're concerned about that, just so there's not work for Diego if there's attendance. And it would be at your own risk, just like using the other amenities.
I think she's talking about, I think she's talking about the sanitizing part, not the garbage. Because Diego right now is sanitizing the area around the pool, like the railings, the doorknobs, and all that stuff. He's doing it in the mornings before the people gets into the pool, and periodically during the day. So that's what I think Mary is referring to, not just the garbage.
Right, if that's the case, he's going to be doing it for the pool area. And we're not really adding anything to it. As I said, people bring their own chairs and their own table. That's what we've done in the past. And it's usually gatherings anyway. I've never seen 6 to 8 people show up at all.
But I thought the rules in the pool, and again, I mean, what do you do if there's more than 6 to 8 people? I know at the pool, everybody is supposed to keep their the social distancing.
Never
15 people. And I don't think.
Do you really think people are going to stay 15 feet apart?
No. It's not 15 apart. What I'm saying is they're allowed 15 people at the pool area. We've never had that on a Wednesday night for one down Wednesday. So you don't have to stay 15 feet apart. You just, basically your social distancing is 6 feet apart.
Do people social distance in the water?
People do as they do.
They're supposed to. They're supposed to. They're also supposed to wear masks in there, and you see them without the masks.
In the pool area, out the water. I get that part.
Yeah, not the water. You don't even have the water.
I haven't been there, so I don't know.
I've been to a number of the gatherings. I don't feel there's any problem, but that's my opinion. Like I said, we use our own furniture, we use our own table, we use our own chairs. People should be able to social distance somewhat. And you know what? We've had no issues with the pool area and with anybody having any problems. So we seem to be safe on that end of it.
And we can vote on. I'm not comfortable with it, but we obviously can vote on it.
Oh, we can vote on it. I'll vote first. And I would be in favor.
So might make a motion to allow to start gathering again on once a month on Wednesday.
Can we add to that, because as far as the cleaning, is anybody gonna, you're still having a group in there. You still have a group in there, and now you've got people coming in the next morning. How do we know Diego's gonna, I'm worried about the cleaning after. Not so much taking the trash out, the sanitizing, mainly the bathroom.
They do nothing.
The bathroom, the knobs, because now you have Diego's the one's gonna have to go in there and clean it in the morning.
That's his job.
Well, as I said, if you have supplies there for Wednesday night, we'll clean the back and forth. But it's pretty simple.
Socializing.
And if he's sanitizing in the morning anyway,
Yeah.
doorknobs or whatever like that, that should be no issue.
No, but he's now sanitizing after a group has been there. You're putting him in as well, is the way I look at it.
If Lisa's running, this is just another option. If Lisa's running the event, we can have a checklist of everything all the items that we need sanitized. and she can appoint members that attend, and everyone can participate in sanitization. If that's your concern, we can, gloves, Lysol wipes. I don't know what other supplies you have for Diego.
Yeah, because basically we're not using the clubhouse, we're using one bathroom. That's about it.
Could we designate just one bathroom, not two?
The supplies that Diego has are very limited. Bottom line is to say we would have to, you'd have
Bottle
to
of
supply
Clorox
your own.
and a
Just like
fucking
we
sponge.
go and we supplied our own plates, or you supply
And a
your own
mop.
cups.
That's all it takes.
I would
Yeah.
say right now, what he has for supplies,
You should
obviously
sanitize
because it's
mine.
tough to get wipes, it's tough to
Bottle
get.
of
I would
mop.
say they'd
I'll
have to
donate
be,
them up.
be supplied by them.
Okay.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I think that's fair.
Right, I should have clarified. I didn't know if you had specific
How fucking stupid are
type
these
of
people?
cleaners that you wanted them to use. I mean, Lisa usually provides everything for the event, as far as cups and utensils and all that kind of stuff. So that it's just basically they prep and then they take away, just like you would an event in the clubhouse, as if they weren't there to begin with. So if there's a guideline of like cleaners and all the items that you want her to sanitize, we could provide that, and that way it's not extra work for Diego, and they can still have their event if you feel comfortable with that option.
Well, if we clean the bathroom, typical bathroom cleaner, and then sanitize with the wipes that are used for that type of, what we've been doing all along with COVID, whoever uses wipes, we'll just provide our own and make sure it's all said and done.
Exactly.
Really, he's not doing anything for us.
There you go. Thank you. Someone has some common sense in there.
Did you make a motion for that, Mike, to allow the gathering to start as far as the guidelines are followed, same as the pool, and you're gonna be responsible, the group that is gathering is gonna be responsible for sanitizing after the usage, and you're gonna bring your own furniture.
Cleaning and sanitizing, and we'll bring our own chairs. I don't think that requires.
And
So,
it would be the third Wednesday in October to start it.
I think that's the right Wednesday is the 3rd, so yes.
Okay, was that a motion? Mike, did you just make a motion?
Well, what Eva just said was the motion. She got it all.
I was just making sure that that's the motion that you wanna make,
That's you said it all.
Yes, it encompasses.
just for the notes.
Brenda, do you have anything to add?
I'm kind of on the fence about it myself.
Well, you're involved in it with a lot of your complexes.
Yeah, we're still doing all that social distancing and all that. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable, so but we can certainly vote on it.
Let's not vote. Yes, we should continue.
We have only one motion, we need a second and then to vote.
Okay, do I hear
Mike made a
second?
motion.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Aye.
Aye.
2-2 now.
No, we don't have a time
Then
vote,
it's
we
a
don't
no.
have the breaking
2
vote.
yes, 2 no, it's a no.
Okay. We're doing it back and
Put it on the next agenda again. A minute, I need a light to read my. Okay. Okay, open forum. Eva, can you help us with this? I know Brian usually, we don't get to, we're not seeing the screen, so you get to see the screen and call on the homeowners.
Yeah, I'm gonna go by the list. Yeah, I'm gonna go by the list that I have here. Jessica, you're the first one that I have.
Adam, come here. It's time for me to speak.
Jessica from 1074B. Do you have anything for the board?
I know all the questions I had. I kind of found it on the portal, so I'm going to submit for my front and back door as well. And then the termite issues, well, I don't have any at the moment, but they did pretty much tear up the high windows and the guy's not on the phone call, so that was all. And my stairs, which I think you guys followed up with, saying that they are going to replace them due to water damage.
Yes, everything that it's a work order, you can put it on the portal, and Michelle is following up with that.
Then that is all. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Jessica. Okay. I have Jane. Jane, I just unmute you, Jane and Brittany.
No,
No, we don't have any questions. Thank you.
Good late evening, ladies.
Thank you. The next one is Keith. Keith, do you have any questions for the
unmuted?
I do have just a couple of quick questions. When somebody hears the word investor, and we watch all these, home flipping shows on TV, an investor to me means somebody that's going to come in, it's going to flip the place, and then either sell it or rent it. And I believe that our rules and regulations or our governing docs say that you can't rent the place until you have owned it for 1 year. So is the investor aware of that rule?
Absolutely, Keith.
Okay.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, we went over it with them many times. Not only that he knows he can't rent it, he wants a quick turnaround.
Right.
He is going to renovate it. He wants to obviously make some money. And
of course.
That was one of our biggest things, was to make sure the current owners are out, so we don't run into that problem, because even though he'd be a new owner,
right,
you can't have a past owner still there. It would still be considered renting.
Right.
So that's why we wanted to make sure when they were moving out.
Okay, awesome. And then I have another.
Hopefully he'll do a nice job and bring up the prices.
Listen, absolutely. And congratulations on the sale of your place, Mary. So I want to volunteer to help Lisa with cleaning the. I guess it's been tabled, but just if anybody wants to let Lisa know that I'm willing to help her clean, sanitize, Clorox, Purell, whatever we have to do to any knobs or toilet seats or whatever. If we have the wind down Wednesday, maybe next month we can, or the following month, I'm here to help. And then my last question is are we permitted to, actually I have two last questions. Are we permitted to have awnings, Eva?
Can you say that again? I love your.
Are we permitted to have? Are we permitted to have?
It's not awnings like you would go to a store to have, but if you take a look, I don't know, there might be some behind your building. Take a look behind the building. It's the metal awning. They're very similar to what the awning is that's over the kitchen, but these are much wider for venting. If you don't have any behind you, there's other buildings. This is what they put on from many years ago.
Okay.
When they did these.
Okay.
So, but they're metal
So
and
the roof awning.
they're within the same scope as what you see behind there now.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. And then I guess my last question is do we still have in our reserve budget, which we took out, a little over a year ago, for $400,000, do we still have money for asphalt in that reserve budget, Eva? Or maybe Regina, you can maybe answer that.
Yes, we do.
Awesome.
Okay, I can answer that probably a little more because Regina wasn't there. That actually isn't, what you're talking about, Keith, isn't in a sense a reserve budget. That's the loan budget. And there is some left in there for that, yes.
Okay, so when...
And that's basically, it would come, a portion would come from that loan. And then if it was more, then we could go into the reserves.
Reserves. Okay. Awesome.
Regular reserves. There's two separate accounts.
Of course, but but we have money once we get the survey that Regina was talking about earlier. Once we get that survey done and we get the proper permits, we'll actually have the money already in hand without taking out any more loans or shifting money this way or that way. We'll actually be able to get brand new parking lots.
Yeah, it would be probably from two accounts, depending
Okay.
on what, what the asphalt is come back as. It
Right.
sounds like it's gonna be a lot more costly than we thought.
Right.
So it would probably have to be a combination of reserves, which we take reserve, we
Of course.
contribute to
Yeah,
the
no, I
reserves every
I
month.
completely get it. Okay, you answered my questions. Thank you, board members. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. The next one I have Elise, 1010B. You want?
I'm
good. You have something for the board, Elise?
No, I'm good.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you.
New permitting regulation.
Barbie, you're the next one.
No, I'm good, thank you.
New permitting regulation.
Okay. And Deidre, if you have something else besides what we talk about the drainage.
Yeah, no, I'm fine, thank you. I have nothing else.
Okay, perfect. So I don't have anybody else. Where did everybody, Mary? Mary, did I lost Mary?
She's on mute.
She's on mute.
Mary, are you there?
Mary's
Yeah, I was on mute. Sorry about that. I forgot to turn on mute. Do I hear a motion to adjourn? The meeting is at 8:37.
I'll make a motion to.
Do I hear a second?
I second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone. Eva, thank you so much.
Perfect.
Thank you, Eva.
You're welcome. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good.
Unmuted. Eva.
Thank you, Eva.
Bye, guys.
You're welcome. Good night.
Good night.
And if everybody just shut down.